In this podcast, we will learn about the radiant warmer or the open care system that is used for maintaining the temperature of neonates in the nursery. We shall learn about the parts of the radiant warmer, its mode of functioning, preparation of the warmer bed before the arrival of the newborn in the nursery, the common problems encountered and their remedies, and finally the maintenance and disinfection of the radiant warmer. Hypothermia or low body temperature is a common morbidity in the newborn period. All newborns, in particular the preterm and the low birth weight infants, are predisposed to develop hypothermia. Often they require an external heat source to maintain the normal body temperature. Radiant warmers provide the required warmth and help maintain the body temperature in the normal range. A radiant warmer has three major parts: the heater assembly, the control panel, and the bassinet or the bed platform, commonly referred to as the baby's bed. The other parts include the drawers and the caster wheels. Some warmers may have the provision for providing double light phototherapy with a transparent platform, and some may have features of a resuscitation trolley with a suction point, an oxygen point, and a T-piece. Now we will see each of these parts one after the other. Coming to the heater assembly. The heater assembly consists of a radiant heater, which is made up of a ceramic or a cal rod and a parabolic reflector. In addition, most warmers contain an observation light which focuses on the baby bed. While the cal rod or the ceramic is a source of heat production, the parabolic reflector reflects the produced heat onto the baby's bed. In some radiant warmers, the entire heater assembly can be rotated to 90 degrees or at times even 180 degrees to the side for taking an X-ray picture. The control unit has a mode selection button, a knob or a switch to decrease or increase the heater output, and the alarm silence button. In addition, the control panel also displays the patient's temperature, the control or the set temperature, and the heater output. Most of the warmers function in two modes: the servo mode or the automatic mode or the baby control mode, and the manual mode. In the servo mode, the heater output is regulated by the infant's skin temperature. We have to set a particular temperature in the servo mode. Usually this is between 36.5 and 37.5 degrees Celsius. The control unit displays both the set temperature and the baby's temperature, and the heater output automatically is adjusted up and down based on the difference between the two temperatures. This heater output can be displayed in the form of a digital display or an analog display. Now let us see the control panel of this unit. As we can see here, the baby's temperature is 37.1 degrees Celsius. The set temperature is 36.6 degrees Celsius, and we can also appreciate that the heater output is nil. Important point to be noted here is that the heater output automatically cuts off if the patient's temperature exceeds the set temperature by 0.5 degrees Celsius. We can adjust the set temperature by moving the up and the down knobs. Some units in addition have the provision of a lock system, that is, once the settings have been decided, these settings can be locked so that inadvertent change is not possible. Coming to the manual mode. In the manual mode, we directly regulate the heater output by pressing the up and the down knobs. We should adjust this based on the baby's temperature. Remember, by default, the alarm system does not function in the manual mode. Therefore, we should record the baby's auxiliary temperature every half an hour and then 1 hourly till the temperature is normal, and finally switch over to the servo mode. Unlike the servo mode where both the set temperature and the baby's temperature are displayed, in the manual mode we can see only the baby's temperature. Remember, servo mode is the preferred mode for most neonates, and the manual mode is used primarily for the initial bed preparation or for rapid warming of a severely hypothermic baby, and is also the preferred mode for babies having fever. Many warmers, once switched into the manual mode, heat the bed over 15 minutes and then give an audio-visual alarm to indicate that the system is ready to receive the baby. In some warmers, there is an option of an elapsed time display. The elapsed time display indicates the elapsed time in minutes and seconds up to a maximum of 60 minutes. Press the start or the hold touch switch to activate this timer. You can also press the APGAR tones on and off to switch on for the APGAR tones. This function helps in counting the heart rate, the respiratory rate, and for scoring of the APGAR scores. The control unit has a light on and off switch for the observation light, which focuses on the baby. Some radiant warmers have a servo mode for air temperature in addition to the servo skin mode. Here on the left panel we can see that the set air temperature is 35 degrees Celsius and the air temperature recorded is 33.1 degrees Celsius. What has happened after this? The heater output has automatically increased to 100% for the air temperature to reach the set temperature. A similar situation you can see on the right side. The air temperature set is 35 degrees Celsius. The actual air temperature is 30.8 degrees Celsius and the patient's temperature is 33.4 degrees Celsius. Heater output is 100% and you can also see that the alarm is activated. An important point to be remembered is that the air temperature probe senses only the air temperature. So, in air mode, the heater output regulates according to the air temperature and not by the skin temperature of the baby. Let us see this clinical example. Can you interpret this display? The actual baby's temperature recorded is 38 degrees Celsius. Did you get the answer? Well, the warmer is in servo mode, as you can see. The set temperature is 36.5 degrees Celsius. Most probably, the skin probe is out and this probe is displaying the air temperature. You can also see that the heater output in this condition is maximum, thereby the baby has been overheated and the baby's recorded temperature is 38 degrees Celsius. The last part of the radiant warmer is the bassinet or the bed platform. This includes the mattress and the side panels, which are transparent. The side panels can be opened and folded by opening the locks to have easy access to the baby. They can also be removed for easy cleaning and disinfection. How to lower a side panel? To lower a side panel, pull it up and then pull the top edge away from the bed. To raise, swing it in into an upright position and then allow it to engage in the latched position. Remember, each warmer may have different mechanism for operating individual side panels. Many warmers have an X-ray cassette tray that is located beneath the bed. This tray can be pulled out for insertion of X-ray cassettes, thereby allowing us to take X-rays without moving the sick baby. The markings located along this X-ray plate allows for easy location of the cassette in the X-ray tray relative to the position of the baby on the warmer bed. Remember, the quality of X-ray taken by this method may not be optimal in all clinical scenarios. The tiltable bed platform allows Trendelenburg and Fowler's positioning, which provides a smooth dampened motion to avoid disturbing the neonate. To raise the front of the bed platform, pull the handle and lift the bed. Some units have a different mechanism, and for this we have to refer to the manufacturer's specifications. The bed also has drawers which are meant for storage of drugs, disposables, resuscitation equipment and many other things. The next part of our discussion deals with the step of preparation of the radiant warmer. The first step is to connect the unit to the mains and finally switch it on. Then select the mode, which could be either servo mode or manual mode, from the control panel. Increase the heater output to 100% if you have selected the manual mode to allow pre-warming of the bed covered with linen. Once the bed is ready, place the baby on the bassinet. Connect the skin probe to the baby's abdomen with a sticking tape. Prepare the skin using spirit or alcohol swab to ensure good adhesion to the skin. The probe should ideally be covered with a reflective cover pad, and it should be ensured that the skin probe is free of contact with the bed. Also, the surrounding area should not be wet. This will prevent false reading of the infant's temperature. If the baby's skin temperature exceeds the set temperature by 0.5 degrees Celsius, as you can see in panel 1 and panel 2, an audiovisual alarm will automatically be activated. This alarm can be silenced by pressing the alarm silence button. Now, let us see some common problems faced while using the warmer and how do we tackle them. In case the main power switch is not on, then the warmer will give an alarm and indicate that there is power failure. If the alarm persists even after connecting the power cord and switching on the power, then the service provider may have to be called. The patient alarm may be activated when the difference between the baby's temperature and the set temperature is greater than 0.5 degrees Celsius. This happens when the skin probe is dislodged from the baby or is loosely attached. Rectify the underlying cause. Press the alarm silence button. At times, we may have to change to the manual mode with maximum temperature output if the baby is having low temperature, and adjust and normalize the baby's temperature. If, on the other hand, the neonate is having fever, we have to actively look for other signs of infection. When the heater is rotated to the side position, for example while doing an X-ray, the heater is switched off and the heat off indicator is switched on. The audible heat off alarm activates after 5 minutes if the heater is not returned to the normal position. This alarm can be silenced by pressing the alarm silence switch, which will bring back the heater to its normal position. System alarm indicates that there is an error in the circuit and it mandates the need of repair of the radiant warmer. The probe failure alarm may be active in the servo mode of operation, and it activates when the skin temperature probe fails electrically, either due to an open or a short circuit, or is disconnected from the warmer. The heater deactivates and the patient temperature display flashes either HHH or LLL when this alarm condition exists. Reconnect the probe into the socket, and if the alarm still remains activated, we may have to call the service provider. Now let us see some regular maintenance tips. There should be regular checking by the hospital staff and also annual maintenance by the authorized company engineer. Calibrate the control unit and the power unit every 6 months. What should we not do? Do not move the warmer by pushing or pulling on the bedside panels. Do not put anything on the top of heater assembly, and ensure that the caster wheels are not locked while you are moving the radiant warmer. Now let us see some important things which need to be done and some important ones which need to be avoided during the maintenance of the probe. Always remove the probe by grasping the plug at the panel. Never autoclave or gas sterilize the skin temperature probe or immerse the probe in a liquid cleaner. Never ever pull on the probe lead. These small precautions will help to avoid damage to the probe. What to do for disinfection? Daily cleaning with a cloth soaked in soap and water. Spirit not to be used either to clean the glass or the display panel. Reusable probe to be cleaned by isopropyl alcohol, and every 7th day the used equipment should be cleaned first by a light detergent and then by an antiseptic solution. To remove a side panel, lower the side panel, press the end pins in and lift the side panel out. To replace, follow the similar procedure. So, what did we learn? We learned the various parts of radiant warmer, their functioning, the preparation required before placing the baby, the common alarms which we generally see, and troubleshooting, and last but not the least, we also learned about the maintenance and the disinfection principles of the radiant warmer. If we use the radiant warmer judiciously for the care and stabilization of a sick newborn, we would be able to prevent and manage hypothermia, thus saving many newborn lives. Thank you.